Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to WF&FSA's 2018 Floral Distribution Conference. I know I already asked, but if anyone wants to move down this way, you're going to get a much better view of the stage, so it's not too late. I hope everyone had a wonderful day yesterday. It was quite the program, and last evening as well, from the tabletops to the hospitality suites. I know I personally had a ton of interaction with friends and customers, and I learned a lot too. Yesterday's Trends in Global Floral Production was fantastic, and I'd like to thank our panelists again for sharing their time and expertise with us. I would also like to thank Jim Daly once again with Smithers and Floral Life for serving as moderator. He put a lot of time into that, and it was really a wonderful session. I also want to make sure to thank our sponsors again, because they truly help make this conference happen. From speaker sessions to the elevator door wraps to the signage on the doors to the opening party, these wonderful companies in our industry have sponsored so much, so thank you. Now, before we begin our Floral Trends session, it is my honor to introduce WF&FSA's incoming president, Ben Powell, with Mayesh Wholesale Florist. Ben and I have been actively working together for the last couple of years, and I know he's going to be a fantastic leader for WF&FSA. Please join me in welcoming Ben to the stage.
Thank you so much. And again, I'm so honored to follow a really marvelous leader of WF&FSA. Marla's just been fantastic. She's worked very, very hard. She's been creative and forward-looking, and it's been great to serve with her. And so I think this event has been really successful, and a lot of that is attributable to the great work and leadership that Marla has shown. So please just give a hand to Marla one more time. I'm really grateful to have the opportunity to serve our industry, and I'm excited to take on the challenge of leading this organization and the board. I'm also humbled to follow a long line of industry leaders who not only built and managed great companies, but also worked to create, grow, and sustain our association over the years. Our past presidents and their boards served during the good times, and they served during the challenging ones, but always because they knew it was important for this organization to have a unique voice and an organization dedicated to serving their unique interests. I will do the best I can to honor their hard work and their accomplishments. So I'd like to give a hand to all the previous leaders of this organization. "25 years ago, I stumbled into this wonderful industry quite by accident. At that time, I lived in Boston. I was in the consulting business, and I'd completed a consulting project in Columbia, which served to introduce me to the flower business. Previously, my industry experience was limited to dialing 1-800-FLOW-ERS a couple of times a year and wondering, yes, I admit it, wondering why anybody really needed to buy something that died in 5 days and cost $70. I have evolved quite a bit since then. As an industry outsider, though, I was intrigued by what I saw in 1993. Hundreds of farms outside of Bogota and Medellin, many quite small, some impressively large, all competing aggressively to serve and develop the U.S. market. Innovating with new varieties and production practices, driving efficiencies while swimming upstream against an overvalued peso. I saw the complex and dynamic global supply chain that had developed rapidly during the previous 2 decades, but it also appeared to be poised for significant change. So when offered a job to manage a floral importer in 1994, I decided the adventure was worth pursuing, and I moved my wife, Stephanie, rather reluctantly, and our 3 kids down to Miami. What I did not fully appreciate then, besides the fact that I would actually spend a career in this industry, was the great value and enjoyment I would find in developing friendships, professional relationships with so many passionate, creative, and entrepreneurial people. And the fact is, we have an industry full of them. Many of them are in this room today. These relationships that we all enjoy are part of the foundation of our industry. And for me, the earliest opportunities to develop them were WF&FSA events. Back in those days, the main events were the convention and the WF&FSA show in Atlanta. Those gatherings and their successor events, including this conference, have provided great opportunities to engage with industry colleagues and to develop networks and share and receive new ideas, to compare notes, and develop insights into how our industry might unfold. These things have value. They've always had value. They continue to have value, and they're the main reason that impactful events remain central to the WF&FSA mission. So we're grateful that the industry has supported this event and this association, and that is in large part due to the people in this room. You know, we really appreciate your being here. We really appreciate the consistency of your commitment, and that is what sustains this organization. Our association's balance sheet is healthy. We have cash in the bank to pursue value-creating programs, in part because of the success of this conference, and we thank you for that. And we have a terrific group of volunteers, a great board, a great staff, and a committed core of past WF&FSA leaders. But like any organization, we must always be open to change. The industry itself is subject to intense change, whether we like it or not. And WF&FSA must be prepared. We must be looking forward. Many of us look ahead and we see continued consolidation of virtually every segment in our industry, including the wholesale segment. We see e-commerce and technology in general driving significant disruption throughout our economy and ultimately in our own distribution and marketing channels. And we know that succession issues loom ahead for many. How does this impact our member companies? What does it mean for our association 5 years down the road, 10 years down the road? What does it mean for the very busy schedule of industry events that continue to fill our calendars? We must get our arms around that and strive to keep our events and our programming unique, relevant, and educational in the face of inevitable change. I think that yesterday's panel, by the way, was an effort for us to really change and to evolve this event and evolve the association, and I hope you thought it was as great as I did, including the aftermath up in the emerging leaders suite upstairs. But in the meantime, WF&FSA will continue to explore new ways to create value for our membership. As an example, I would like to see our association prioritize the development of a training program for wholesale floors to use with new and existing employees. Most of us struggle with onboarding and educating new hires, especially people who are new to our industry. Many of us wing it. And we can address that challenge by creating a series of compelling online training modules, leveraging industry talent to develop content. Topics like care and handling, safety, flower knowledge, customer service, logistics and flower industry economics, among others, could be part of the curriculum. I'd like to see us create a series of tests that certify our employees as having mastered those subjects. This type of programming could help us manage a pain point for our industry and our members and serve to differentiate WF&FSA members from those who choose not to avail themselves of a membership. Separately, we can offer value by providing good, up-to-date industry data so that our members are better informed as to the trends affecting our businesses. There's a wealth of publicly available data and much that we can create on our own or through collaboration with other industry associations. Just yesterday, we had a meeting with multiple industry associations to discuss this, and I hope there's mutual interest in moving forward with it. But WF&FSA should play a role, nonetheless, in consolidating and making available this information to our membership. In short, we're going to continue to seek ways to add value for our members. WF&FSA has done a great job of shoring up its resources in recent years. We have many people to thank for that, not least of which you all. But I would suggest that WF&FSA can thoughtfully and responsibly deploy some of those resources in the years ahead. And we have certainly, but I think this is going to be an increasing focus for us to develop quality, valuable programming that our industry needs. So thank you all for being here, for supporting our conference, the association, and this wonderful industry. I'm really hopeful that you found value in the event. The panel yesterday, the tabletops, which, by the way, we have another half day of that today, and I hope you all avail yourselves of that opportunity. And also the opportunity to continue to connect with industry friends and colleagues. I appreciate and I truly look forward to serving as your 2019 WF&FSA president. I really appreciate this opportunity. Thank you very much. And it's my pleasure now to introduce Melanie Spillbeller of Syndicate Sales, who will introduce Derek Woodruff.